didn't ask the guys downstairs to stop drilling for 20 seconds, but I haven't heard anything untoward this morning, so we're going to go for it. Okay. Good morning, and welcome to another edition of the Quilting Shed live on Wednesday mornings. It's like live coming to you on Saturday night from New York, but more tired and more maritimer. I'm actually coming to you from our lovely couch. Y'all, I'm just tired. We've done a lot. It's so funny because I'll have a couple of really, really productive days and be like, yes, I'm on a roll. I'm getting stuff done. I feel like I'm almost caught up. Tomorrow I just got to do X, Y, Z, blah, 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 X, Y, Z, 1, 2, 3, ABCs. And you wake up the next morning and you go, what the heck was I thinking? Also, this is sometimes interspersed with 3 a.m. Why am I wide awake? And if I am going to be wide awake for this long in the middle of the night, why can't I just work on stuff? Who knows? Our brains are terrible meat machines. I know, right? Thank you to Heidi for pointing out that I didn't have my little chat box up. There we go. So now when you do chat, you can actually see it. Woo! Like this, right? Like, hello, chat box. Hello, Adele. There we go. Look at that. Oh my God. So, okay, what have we got new? We've got new fabric. Actually using my cart that I have here in the shop. We have a big cart I got. We got a big commercial grade bussing cart is what it's called. It's chrome, matches our shelves. We call it Steve. Go get Steve. Steve will help out. Steve's pretty handy. Steve will hold at least 400 pounds. I know because I tested. And no, I did not sit on it. That is not a your mom is fat joke. There we go. See, that's for my kids. Yeah, I put my hoodie on this. I have a pink hoodie and a pink sweater. It's really like blending here. Okie dokie. If my mom was here, she'd say, get on with the fabric. So new fabric thingies happening. Actually, I should probably dig you out this link. So it's September. So we're back to school. Guilds are getting back in session. If I owe you an email for a guild thing, I will totally be getting to that right after this video. But if you're watching this video later on like a Saturday and your name is Candace and I still haven't emailed you by then, please, please, please tell me I forgot or just suck up and write it already because it'll be fine. Because I either forgot or I remembered, but I angsted about it so hard that it just didn't get done. Anyway, so that's that. So September is also the time when fabric companies put out their catalogs. And I order a lot from Northcott. So if you remember how the fabric ordering process works, they release a catalog. This is one of those, they do it like September, January, April. So like 3 times a year. There's 2 catalogs right now, the holiday lookbook, they call it, and the fall lookbook. I'm going to drop a link in the comments because my mom had to go to a medical appointment. Jeez. So if you go here, so this is the fabric that Northcott will have coming out next year. I was excited to see they're like almost doubling the solids. So I'm very happy about that. So if you follow that link, this is fabric that I have to order like now. Well, not now immediately. I think I have a month or so. Then they go away and they make the fabric. And then when these things are coming out in like March and April, possibly May. I didn't look at all the dates. Maybe even June. There's a holiday catalog. The Christmas stuff normally comes out in June. So if you see stuff that you really, really like in these catalogs, you should let your local quilt shop know, not just me. Maybe you're watching this from away. Maybe you have another shop owner that you talk to. The other thing that I like about Northcott is when they do release a collection and you see it on their website, there's a little bar on the side that you can look up the province or the state if you're in the US, and it will show you what quilt shops have purchased that collection. It's probably not for stuff that hasn't been released yet, but anything that's current, you can see what shops have ordered those fabrics. I think that's handy on the consumer side. So Boom. And Heidi says, out in Iowa, it's nice and chilly. Yeah, it was like 9 degrees here. I'm not sure what that is in American. Um, 50s? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, you could totally look at the Northcott catalogs, the Christmas one, and what's coming out for next year. What was the other catalog that I saw for next year? Oh yeah, the Moda one. But I already talked to my Moda rep last week and ordered some fun stuff for February and March. March is going to be so expensive. Oh, the stuff that's coming from Moda in March to my shop is just, yeah, I know. I know. I know. When you see it, you'll be like, yeah, okay, nice, good one. Um, anyway, so here we go. Dun, dun, dun. Amal says pink suits me perfectly. Pink is my color. Yeah. And good morning, Carly. Dun, dun, dun. Bev is also understanding the fluctuating energy and motivation. And hello to Kathy and Jeannie K. Woohoo! So let's get on with some fabric. Because whenever I see Jeannie K's name in the comments, I think of red. And last year we did a particular class with the Guild workshops, and this fall I'm doing the same class here in the quilting shed because we have this lovely big classroom area right behind me. Dun, 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 dun. The mini charming Christmas tree. I know. Let's see. I've already done up kits. You don't have to use the kit. Woodland Winter mini charm packs with the mini charming Christmas tree. This is a free pattern on the Fat Quarter Shop. If you're like, I don't want to wait for a class, I think I can handle this on my own, you can just go do it. It's not going to hurt my feelings. I know. So when is this class? I put it in the description, but let me go look it up again. I just had it. Da, 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 da. It's a $35 class on October the 19th. That is a Saturday. It's the weekend after Thanksgiving because I got smart this time. Don't plan classes on Thanksgiving weekend. They probably won't fill up. So October 19th, Saturday, we're going to make this. Okay. You can go sign up on my website or blah, blah, blah. You can let me know in store if you want. I can at least 6 people. I can probably increase it by the end of the month. I'll know more. But that's for this class. The other exciting thing, and I spaced right out on this because I thought the sample was here at the shop, and I had taken the sample home to work on it, but I forgot that I didn't bring it back. But I'm super excited. We have a sneaker class coming up. It's a little pricey, but it's absolutely worth it. Dun, 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 dun. That is not the page I'm looking for. This is not the page you're looking for. I'll get there. It's in the description. So we're going to have a teacher come in. Her name's Heather. Heather's going to come in. She has done this at other shops. Da, 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 da. You may have seen her teach this like down in St. John. She's been doing other shops. So this is the make your own sneaker class. The sneaker class is $120, but it includes the sole. And you got to pay in 2 parts. It's all explained on that page. There's a link to go pay for the first thing. And you got to give me your shoe size. The sneaker class will be on October the 5th. It is an all-day class. It's like, and we're going to start early. We're going to start at like 9 o'clock. It's an early class. We got a lot to cover. I mean, we're making footwear here. But you can see some pictures on that page. So Heather's done this a few times. She's got all the wrinkles worked out. Let me tell you, the class is worth it. As someone who has struggled to do this on my own, it would have been very nice to have an instructor there to walk me through it. But no, I could not wait. I had to go try it myself because, yeah, I've made shoes before. No biggie. I still don't have them sewn on. I have like the sneaker parts all done. I just have to hand sew them to the sole. And you know me and the hand sewing, it's just not going to happen anytime soon. But at least one of them is going to happen in time for the class on October the 5th, which you can read about on that link down there. I already have 3 people signed up. I know. And we have a maximum of 8 people in the class, and 8's kind of gonna, well, no, it's not gonna be too bad. Okay. The classroom holds a default of 6 people. We could do 8 plus an instructor plus possibly me hanging around in the background, even though the shop's going to be open. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Totally fine, Andrea. It'll be totally. And I'm gonna do some separate posts about this and emails and all that other fun social media fun stuff. Anyway, on to some new stuff. So that is classes. That. And if you're eyeing the lovely quilt behind me, I did some binding yesterday. Yeah, while I was out for the summer on my enforced vacation, I looked at my quilt top piles of projects that I hadn't finished yet. I finished quilting this sucker right here. It's the gumdrop quilt. And I bound it. And I put Tula Pink on the back because why not? Because I rescued a bolt of this from my shop. It's mine, all mine. So yeah, this was a bunch of scraps. This is all fabric I don't have anymore because I made it when I didn't have a fabric shop. So anyway, so that's that one. Going on the wall. Just throw your scraps together. Oh, and they are drilling downstairs in new in different ways. At least it's not as loud. Hey, new fabric came. Remember I said my motor rep came? So she shows me what stuff is coming out. But since she's visiting me in person, she had a trunk full of stuff that she's like, hey, would you like to buy some jelly rolls? So yeah, I bought a few things. What is this? Some of these aren't showing up on the website yet. I gotta look at the layer cake. Oh God. I was prepared yesterday. So this is the Blooming Lovely by Janet Claire. Look at that floral. So it's like lovely, showing this off horribly. Soft watercolor florals with greens and tans and peaches, stuff like that. So I've got a layer cake and a jelly roll. I've got a couple of these actually. $69 a piece. Nice. So there's that one. Also in bloom. I didn't go for the purple theme. That's just what she had. So purples and dark greens, and I'm once again showing this off horribly. Oh, that's cute. Look at that. And those nice olivey greens that are super popular these days and sometimes difficult to match. So there we go. Yeah, some nice deep purples in there too. So there's that. I don't know if there's a jelly roll of that. There might be. There might not be. Let me know what you think of the, I love these. V & Co. The ombres. This one is the one with the dots. So it's an ombre jelly roll with the metallic dots on it. Best of ombre. Confetti metallic. Again, $69. I know. So you may have noticed that some of the cotton prices are still going up. People love to blame it on COVID or conspiracies, but honestly, even through COVID and before COVID, where they grow cotton, one side of the planet had droughts, the other side had floods. This results over time in a cotton shortage, and it just gets more expensive because that's how capitalism works. Okay, so that's why some of these things are pricey. So I feel like some of them are leveling out though. So we're doing all right. Here's a really lovely jelly roll, roses from the Create Joy project. I don't have my reading glasses on. You all can relate. I know you can. But the Create Joy produces these lovely watercolor florals I think are just to die for. I have a sample quilt that's been kicking around, and I finally got it quilted, and I've got binding fabric ready to go on it, and it is from Create Joy, and everybody loves it, and they're like, do you have this fabric? Can I buy it? Well, I have some jelly rolls now. We'll get there. It's a process. It's a process. It's a process. It's all a process. Apparently, we are all works in process. I'm just listening to my Aunt Wanda tell me. how it's fine. She posts these motivational things every day, and she's good like that. I don't think I showed this, and it's been here since we reopened, but 30s Playtime just brought over the layer cake. If you like 30s pre-prints, here we go. This one is really nice and sunny. It has a lot more primary colors. I have all the pre-cuts in this. I have a butt ton of fat quarters too. But yeah, we love us some 30s prints. So there's those. But the last pre-cuts I'm going to show you, and these are exciting because remember the other week I showed you that, okay, maybe it wasn't the other week. We've only been at this, what, like 2 weeks? I'm going to need a drink. It's just tea, I swear. It's really strong tea. I don't know how much sleep I got last night. My Fitbit was like, I don't know, honey. I don't know. You're just going to have to wing it today. We can't keep track of you anymore. So I showed you we had Lori Holt's hometown holiday. I got in like a few small bolts at a really decent price. The pre-cuts showed up finally. I know, right? Again, $69 for a layer cake or a jelly roll. It's a good price. So everybody said, do you have any of that Riley Blake? Riley Blake is the fabric manufacturer, and they have many designers on, like, you know, similar to Moda or Northcott, and they have designers under them, and they have different lines. So sometimes people say they're looking for Riley Blake because it's so prominent on the labels, but this stuff is Lori Holt. Lori Holt is the designer who works for Riley Blake, and she came out with Hometown Holiday. See? Ta-da! Ta-da! So this collection is, you know, classic Lori Holt. It's not really reproduction, and I find that she wavers from the 30s to the 50s on the little prints, but it's sort of like a modern uptake on it with like some reds and some golds, less pinks in this one, yellow, that 30s green in there, and some teals and navies, lots of browns and beiges and grays. And there's some florals in here, and there are some vaguely Christmas prints. It's kind of like a country Christmas, but not 90s country, if you know what I mean. Sort of like old-fashioned pre-war Christmassy type stuff without being too Christmassy. I mean, that's, ta-da. It's Hometown Holiday. So if you go to my website and you just type in the search box, home space, town space, holiday, kaboom, you get it. Speaking of the website, my little minions in the background, bless their hearts, they work so hard, and I just feed them all kinds of snacks. Have been working hard on the website, and you will see a lot. I will tell you about that in a second, because I just remember there's one more bolt of Lori Holt fabric. So this is not wide back. It is 60 inches wide, so it's wider. It is the home decor fabric, they call it. So it's a heavier weight cotton. It feels almost like canvas, like this. It's not quite upholstery weight. You could upholster something with this if you wanted. I mean, it would be cute. Like, look, it's that little like snowball background. You could back a quilt in this. Your long armor might curse you a little, but it's not like a heavy canvas. It's more, I would call it more curtain weight. You should come in and feel it anyway. It is 30 a meter, but if you love Lori Holt, like I said, it's 60 inches wide. You'll love it. You know, like couch cushions, bench cushions, a little upholstered floor ottoman, footstool. You know the word I'm trying to figure out here. Anyway, so if you are on our website, you will know we've had a chronic issue just trying to get images of our bag hardware up on the website. Well, the kid sat there yesterday, wasn't feeling good. Was like, I don't feel like moving around today. I'm like, great, find something to do online. I know, right? There we go. So they're like, hey, Mom, I got all the Emmeline bag hardware images up on the website. So if you go to my website and you look at the bag hardware, you will actually see stuff now. I know. We got a whole pile of By Annie's handbag zippers. I got a 24-inch zipper display. I know when you get to like go restock your entire quilt shop instead of a little bit at a time, because that's how we built the shop. We had a little bit of money and then we had some profit. So we'd spend more money and spend more, you know, flip that stuff, spend a little more money, and it grows every time. So this time, since you had to redo the whole thing, you've got some insurance money, etc., possibly private funding. So you've got more of a budget to go out and just buy big, huge things. And I'm always thinking to myself, wow, I remember when this sort of number on a bill or a statement or an invoice was, that's a lot of money to spend on fabric. I'm like, yeah. And now it's like, I'm sticking a zero at the end of it. Or, okay, we wrote a check for that much. Yeah, sounds about right. Carry on. What's the next one? It's crazy. Special shout out to Vintage Mugs. This says Rasm Software. Speaking of fun checks. So back in the 90s, our first businesses, my husband had a consulting company where he was a software engineer, computer programmer, whatever title we wanted to give it, where he wrote software for pulp mills. He wrote software for pulp mills that monitored the emissions coming out of smokestacks. I know, very technical. So these were our family's initials. There's a kid missing here at the end because we didn't have that kid when we had this company. It's super funny. So at the same time, remember I said I had a craft shop in the 90s? It was called Rennick Craft Supplies. So we had like a double duty mug with our business names on both sides. So yeah, we got like 200 of them. Every single member of my family has some. I know we were, yeah. Mm. So that's that. And yes, people want some quilting shed mugs. I'm going to think about it maybe closer to Christmas because right now it's still quite a lot. It's a lot. Mm. But we have those classic mugs. One of the new things we got in, I'm super excited about. We got in this from Art Gallery. People have been asking for more Art Gallery type fabrics, and I saw this and I was so intrigued. They've come out with this binding fabric. So it's already printed with your binding strips, and it has like this little dotted line. You see that gray dotted line? I know. And when you fold your strip, there's like two sides of the binding you can choose from when you stitch it on. Like so there that's more of like a neutral black and white side just from here up. And then on this side you've got like some cute rainbow stars, and you'd fold over your binding and it would say handmade with love written all over the side. This isn't even the only design. They have like a ton of them. I will talk more about these later because I'm sure I will get more because hello, they have a Christmas themed one and that would be stinking cute. They have a Christmas themed one and they have a crocheted themed one. And they have like, yeah, stuff that will match your quilts and stuff. I mean, whatever, right? So there's that one. I did get some, my fabric rep was like, I got fabric in the back too. You want to see some fabric? I'm like, hell yeah, hit me up. Oops. Okay, yeah, I marked this. I marked this not safe for kids, so I can say a couple of words as long as they're not too bad. So the binding fabric too, I had a lady want some because she likes the look of the selvage bag and the selvage, like the selvage totes and the little selvage zippered bags that I have here in the shop on samples because we have the patterns. But in her words, oh, I ain't got time to sew all them selvages together, honey, when I can just buy fabric that looks like it. Right? And Susan, hello, Susan, is running late. She's got a day job or something silly like that. We'll have a sample in the shop soon from Susan. What else have we got? So yeah, I got fabric. This looks like nice, plain, neutrally floral fabric, but you know what? It's from the Rifle Paper Company. I love this stuff. Yeah, I know. Rifle paper. Speaking of salvages, look at that salvage. I mean, seriously, right? Yeah. I think this is 15 a meter for rifle paper. fabric. Hello. And this one, I picked it out and I said to the kid, "Why do I love this so much?" And then I realized I bought a mouse pad with this floral on it. But again, the salvage, heckin' cute. Look at this. I kind of want to make like a nice quilted notebook cover. Also, probably because it's September and I just feel like I need a new notebook and some fresh pens and maybe a package of crayons so I can sniff them all day, and maybe some funky erasers and some pretty thumbtacks and those cute little binder clips that nobody ever uses for anything, but they look so cute on your desk and your new little organizer, and everything's fantastic in your pretty planner with all your cute little stickers, but you still never get anything done, but you look good. So that's important. You know what I mean. Side note, I'm going to tell you about a funny conversation Danielle and I had yesterday, because I know yesterday was Tuesday, but it was kind of like a Monday, and I don't have any kids in school anymore. So I shouldn't have to deal with the whole panic of the first day of school and everything going wrong. But I realized late last week I was almost out of my ADHD medication, the pills that I take so I can focus and remember things because I have the forgetting disease. It's a long weekend coming up. I said to myself, you better renew your medication. And then I forgot. And I was relating this to Danielle. So I had to not have it on the weekend for a day. So it wasn't too bad. It wasn't like 4 days or anything, just one day. And I made that Sunday. So if I screwed up, it's fine. It's okay. Occasionally I skip a Sunday anyway, because one of the side effects of it is you don't really eat. And in my case, I don't sleep a lot on it, and I still function. So if I go every so often and I don't have one on the weekend, I can eat and sleep. So I'm a bear. I know, I'm just like a little bear. So I'm relating this all to Danielle. It's like had to go a day without my meds. I have to go downtown early. I have to renew my medication, and I forgot. And she said, "I love you, Danielle, but this is the funniest thing you ever said to me." She said, "Don't you use a planner?" Yes, I use a planner. I use a planner. I have iCal. I have Google Calendar. They both sync. The planner's paper. I got to write things down in it. I have a notebook. I have another means of communication that we use with our family that also sets reminders. I have reminders and all those things. I could even send myself an email reminder. I still forgot. You know why I forgot? Because I have ADHD. The irony of having to take medication so you can remember things, but you have to take that medication on a regular basis. Yes, the whole community talks about this, but you're here to talk about quilting. Not This isn't like an ADHD video, it's a quilting one. But they go hand in hand, because you've seen my work area. You've seen that big shelf in the back there with all the stuff piled on it. That's my works in progress. That's just the stuff I have here in the shop. That's not even counting the bins of stuff at home and the 2 laundry baskets of quilt tops that still aren't quilted. I know. I could have quilted all summer and maybe caught up. Maybe, but I would have had an idea. Would you like to see more fabric after I have a sip of tea? Of course you would. Mm. So my other fabric rep, Joel, all the fabric owners that are watching, fabric shop owners that are watching this, oh God, Joel. Yeah, so Joel messaged me and he's like, "I got fabric on sale. You want any of this?" Well, actually, he didn't say that. He sent me 40 pictures and then he said, "Fabric's all on sale." So my phone is dinging like one of my kids is bleeding, but it's not. It's just him. So anyway, hi Joel, love you. So I did get some fabric and I love this stuff because look at this. Look at this. Do you know anybody with a beard and you need to make them something out of fabric for Christmas? Hello. Hi. It's not just barbers. It's anybody who has a beard, anybody who likes to take care of their beard. Okay, it's got puns on it, and I haven't shown my husband this yet because he will find this hilarious. I must ask you a question, but I'll shave it for later. This is like a Sean Connery print or something. I must ask you a question, but I'll shave it for later. Um, that is terrible, and that's why you tune in. This is a really nice neutrally, like, look at this. You could make like a shaving kit bag for this, and that would be super cute. I'm trying to get somebody else in to teach like a little zippered bag course. Zippered bags are the theme for the fall everywhere. Next up, if you have granddaughters, hello, look at this. And look, there's a cute little girl in the wheelchair because you can do stuff too. Doesn't matter if you have a cane or a wheelchair or wonky limbs or none. You can do stuff. Paralympics are on. I mean, come on. Look at all these nice gymnasticy things. Love it. It's all nice and girly, and I like it because it's like it's more big girl. It's not little girl. Big girl. Um, hot rods. I know. Hello, look at that. Hot rods. Did you go to a car show this summer? Yeah. I confess, I got this in for me. I ordered more of this Allison Glass line that was in the clearance bin. So a lot of these are like either 12 or 15, something like that. This is from Allison Glass. Woohoo! I have some more Allison Glass, but I'm going to save that one for later because it's new and I think I'm going to need a class on it. So yeah, this is some Allison Glass from one of her older Color Theory lines, which she has another one coming up next year. I'm thinking of getting it because I love me some Allison Glass. Yeah, that's the designer. These nice, bold, modern prints, and that's a nice moth right there. My daughter-in-law Caitlin is gonna love this because she's secretly a hippie in disguise. Don't tell her I told you. But also, I'm thinking, my friend Sheila, I should have messaged you this because I know you were looking for something bright for a border of this quilt you're working on. And you're going to hate me right now because this is even brighter than the one in the sample that you said it was so much. It was too much. I'm like, is this too much? It's not too much, is it? It's not too much. It's a little subtle, little subtle. Very demure. It's very demure. I'm hip. I'm hip with the lingo these days and the memes. That's a small joke that maybe 4 people will get because not all of you are terminally online like me. So one of the things I hear, and I'm just taking my good old time today because I got more to show you from this bin, but whatever. One of the things people say is, well, they don't like shopping for fabric online because they don't know if it's cheap or not. And I say, well, if it's a particular brand name, that's why you pay attention. Then it's decent fabric. If it's miscellaneous Temu stuff and it seems super cheap, it probably is. But if you're sticking to something like a brand name, like this one, for example, is Timeless Treasures. So I know the fabric's going to feel really good. I could like Google that name and see samples or whatever. But I was looking for panels because, well, Ron and I were looking for panels. We were both huddled over the laptop at looking at one of my suppliers' sites because he wants to do another attic window class. Don't know when, but it's on. It's in our minds. We want to do another attic window class. It might be early next year. Don't know. Just depends. So we were going through picking things out, and I picked out this fabric, and I'm like, this could make a really cool attic window as like a panel. And he's like, yeah, and you wouldn't have to worry about cut lines. It would be super easy, just like this beach one that I got back in. So funny. They still had this. There's 3 panels I brought back in, and they still had them at my suppliers from the before time. That's just what we're going to call it now. So the one thing with fabric shopping online, and the shop owners sometimes have to do it too. I mean, we get our reps with our catalogs, but sometimes when you're in like the clearance bin mucking around, you don't have context, or you're just excited and you're just willy-nilly throwing in some stuff in your cart, and you're like, "Ooh, this looks good. Ooh, this looks good. That looks fantastic. What are we up to? Yeah, okay, close enough. Close the window. Send the cart." I thought the scale of this was going to be bigger. It's not. I thought this sunset was more like panel size, like at least 4 times bigger. but it's not. It's not a terrible sunset. I mean, okay, from this distance, it kind of looks like the Eye of Sauron. And it's from a line called Sunset Poppies. And now that I have this, I'm like, I feel like I should go back to that supplier, buy some more of the coordinating fabric, just to kind of model something together. But hey, art quilters, help me out here. You can do something with this. Somebody give me an idea because I like it, but I'm terrified. What do I do with it? All this to show you sometimes your fabric shop owner makes a boneheaded purchase. I don't know. If it sticks around long enough, I mean, it just goes on sale, right? Right. You know how this works. But if you think of a super fantastic idea for this, other than a bag, I just thought, this would be cool on a bag. It's like handbag scale. Yeah. If you wanted to make like a sunset bag, sure, you can for your tropical vacation. Winter's coming. There's that. Okay, I'll show you that. Okay. They also had some placemat panels in the bin, and I ordered like a few of them. But by the time I submitted my order and they filled it, I only got one. You snooze, you lose, as the kids say. So this is, and it's the end of summer. This is an August placemat panel that says "Life is Sweet," lemonade. So it's got lemonade and watermelon. Grape day. Ugh, easy peasy lemon squeezy. I'm not sure I figured out the price of this one yet. I think this one was $14 for like 6 placemats. We didn't quite get the images on this because, hello, bag hardware, that takes a lot. If you go look at that page, that is a lot of work. But yeah, I have these lovely summery placemat panels for not too bad of a price. You could even pick them up now and start working on, hello, Christmas presents. I know, but it's that time of year. Everybody's thinking it, right? I even have a little reminder because not only is it Christmas season in my house, it's birthday season because for some reason, all of my kids are born in the fall. Or as my grandmother likes to tell people, back in the 90s, my house was super cold in the winter because if you go back, it's a joke. Anyway, I had 3 kids in 5 years. Enough said. So yeah, October, I have 2 kids born in October, 1 born in November, and 1 born in December. So yeah, I had little reminders already up on my phone. The grandkids' birthday is the end of this month. Crap, got to get them something too. They like money. Anyway, so yeah, fall is birthday season. So I'm also thinking of, potential birthday presents. My oldest was chilling in here the other day going, yeah, Mom, I just get all your rejects all your quilt experiments. I'm like, but you're not complaining, right? You're not complaining because you know what that means. I'll never get another one. I did that to them once. They said, Mom, I've got enough quilts. And I didn't send any more quilts to their house for like 3 years. So they're like, we could use another quilt now, Mom. I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry. As my mother likes to say, what good is having kids if you can't hassle them and give them a hard time? Am I right? Speaking of kids, and this is the only reason I know these things, Pokemon panel. I believe this one is $10. $10. Will you give me $10 for the Pokemon panel? That's one side. I believe there are duplicates from side to side, but I cut them off in 2 rows. So you get 8 cute little squares of Pokemon. You can slap them together with some really bright fabrics. You don't have to get stuff that exactly matches these colors. I mean, it's sunshine and rainbows and Pokemon. Honestly, I know some kids in their 30s who would love this, and not just my kids. Not just my kids. Here we have a lovely panel picked by my husband, Ron, the CFO. You will be unsurprised to see that it's upside down. I'm still sitting on my couch, so I'm not standing up for this, and at some point we'll hang it up. There we go. Woo! I think this one is 15 in my super professional opinion, but it's a nice big panel. Look at that. I think I may have to sort out the pricing on that. I'm not sure. Oh, the cart's right here. Did we cut all these off the bolt yet? I don't have my assistant today. I let them sleep in. I'm going to double check this one for you, but this would make a nice attic window too. Hubby's already been mathing the math. You know how that is. And it's one of those digitally printed ones. So color's fantastic, texture amazing. Don't have to wait for an attic window class. You could just take this and, use one of our handy Villa Rosa patterns for panels that shows you how to make it bigger. That thump was me. Also, you're going to love this. October is usually Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and sometimes it annoys me because, yes, we all know breast cancer exists and we all know what to do. Can we work on a cure now? But meanwhile, we got to make people quilts for comfort. And I know somebody who is suffering, and I miss your face. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, so this is a very nice panel for a very decent price. I think. Let me go look it up. I want to get this one right. I absolutely want to get this one right for you. So I'm just going to look it up. Because it's that important, I will actually look it up for you. If I type it in right. Okay, this is the Hope and Bloom panel. It has 4 large blocks on it. It's got the pink breast cancer ribbon. It's got that. You could leave it as is and put a very nice border with one of our blenders. This panel I'm only charging $10 for because it's that important. So $10 if you are making quilts for people who are recovering from breast cancer treatment and they don't mind a lot of pink. Might as well, right? So yeah, we have these lovely panels. They're only $10. We've got a lot. Have some strength. We'll wrap you in love. There we go. We're not crying this morning. I'm not gonna let you. So, Redux, we ordered these panels again because we could. They were still there. This elk panel, you would think my husband is some big hunter or something. This is the panel we used for the last attic window class. And I had to rescue the half completed sample from the old shop and had to it was half sewn together. And I even had cut pieces of fabric to add borders on it. I hand wash those things to get the smell out so I could finish the sample and then I'll quilt it and then I'll wash it again just to make sure. But we have a lot of these panels. So if you love these, if you just love the panel and you want to get one, we have more. I can't remember the price. It's too early for this. And this one, this is funny because we bought another bolt of this panel, but as I was rescuing some items out of the shop for my own personal use, I did cut off a section of this just to play with it. So I actually have some of this in my stash that's been washed. So I can't sell it, but that's why I got another bolt. This very lovely beach panel. I would love to be on the beach where it is not terribly warm, but a lovely moderate, like a 23, 24 degrees, maybe with some warm water. A drink in my hand, something fruity perhaps. Tanned gentleman by my side. His name's Ron. Look at that. So that's back. And the last one that I'm going to show you, at some point, they will show up. And this one I think is actually showing on the website because we got it again. And I was like, yeah, don't put it in new because we sold it differently last time. This time we're going to cut it into panels. The Aurora, look at this. Look at this. The Aurora with the trees. And I got some night sky fabric in here with like this navy night sky and this purple night sky. They aren't even from the same line, from the same manufacturer, and they still match. So 2 totally different companies matches with this. Put in some bright like Amish blues and purples and jewel tones like greens and things. I can hear my mom now. All those lovely jewel tones with like this. Look at it. And we've been having lots of auroras around. Lots. I mean, more than one is us. One is, kind of weird. Well, not weird, but it's unusual, but not unheard of. What have we had this summer? Like 3 of them? Insane. Not insane, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so Emily's pointing out the quilt on the back wall looks great. This one or this one? Hey, look, it's canning season. So I put this one up on the wall. This is one of Emily's patterns. Emily just said hi in the comment. Emily Fong, Mauve Bandit Designs. If you would like to make this quilt, we have her pattern in stock. Yes. And instead of, you know how you do the mason jars? You just collect your like fruit and vegetable fabric and whatever. And it's kind of boring. It's boring. You're like, I got all these other scraps. Why have I got to go out and buy other stuff? This one's made with scraps. So you can just sort your scraps by color. And each one of these jars here are like different blocks that you put together. So it's not a boring sew. Yeah, like one of them's like rail fences. One of them's half square triangles. There's some 4 patches in there and then some little rectangle blocks. It's just enough to keep it interesting. You could do something like this on like if you're thinking about what new project to take on a retreat. This would be cool because you could have all your colors all sorted and just work on it at a retreat. And the background fabric Emily actually got at the old shop. I so want to get some of that fabric back because my supplier still has some of that art gallery fabric. Oh, me and Emily are the only ones who liked it apparently. But, oh darn. Oh, what time is it? Oh, geez, look at that. Almost time to open the shop. I'll have to clean up. It's been lovely chatting with you today here on the couch. Maybe I would do a video podcast. I hate it when they call it a podcast when it's 2 people on video talking. But anyway, it's been lovely chatting with you and sharing some tea and looking at some fabric today. A little calmer. I'm sorry if I wasn't as funny as I normally am. It's early, okay? Got a lot going on. When do I not? I guess I will talk to you later. The other thing I'm thinking of doing, that's the other thing. I had a list. Did I look at my list? No. I'm thinking of being closed this Saturday because it's the Gagetown Fiber Fest and I'm thinking of going, and the past few Saturdays have been really, really, really quiet. But from here on out, as we get closer through October and November, whatever, I'll be doing classes and stuff. So it's kind of like my last chance to go to something like this. Yeah. So I'm thinking of being closed on Saturday. It was just a one-off, just nobody here on this Saturday, and I'll go to the Gagetown Fiber Fest and come back and maybe feel refreshed. So that's that. That's that, I guess. So yeah, lovely to see you. Enjoy your morning tea. From your kitchens, your workspaces, your couches, maybe your bed. Lucky you, you're still in bed. I'll catch you later. And if I don't, I hope you have a really good week. And I'll see you when you swing by. Okay? Toodles.